All right, let's talk about one of the most critical tools out there for modern apps, distributed tracing. If you've ever found yourself lost in a world of microservices, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It can get, well, complex. So today, we're going to demystify it. We're going to figure out how to find that one crucial signal in what feels like an ocean of noise.
So picture this. I bet we've all been there, right? A user complains, hey, the app is slow. You look at your dashboard, and it's just a sea of green. Everything looks fine. But you know something's off. You've got logs, you've got metrics, but where do you even start to find the bottleneck? It's a super frustrating and all too common problem.
And the reason it can feel so impossible is because our applications have fundamentally changed. In a microservices world, a single click from a user can set off this massive chain reaction across dozens, maybe even hundreds of different services. Your old school tools, like looking at logs on one server, they just can't show you the full story of that request's journey. And that brings us to what I like to call the microservice mystery. Your system is up and running, but you don't really have any visibility into how it's working. It basically becomes a black box, and you're just left guessing whenever something goes sideways. And yeah, this really captures the chaos, doesn't it? A single request can just bounce between tons of different services. So when something goes wrong, trying to trace it back is a nightmare. Is it the off service? Is it the database? The payment processor? Who knows? Without a clear path, you are totally flying blind. Your logs and metrics, they might give you little hints, but they definitely don't give you the whole map.
So, how do we solve this mystery? Well, what we need is a GPS for our requests. And that's exactly what distributed tracing is. It's the tool that shines a bright light into that black box and finally gives us a clear map of all that chaos.
Here's the key idea. Distributed tracing follows one single request on its entire journey. It doesn't matter if it crosses 5 services or 50. It records every stop, every handoff, and, this is the most important part, how long each of those steps took. This lets us finally answer that one critical question: where did things get slow?
Okay, so we get the what, but how does it actually work? Let's break down the anatomy of a trace to really get a handle on the basic building blocks. First up, you've got the trace itself. The best analogy for this is a complete travel itinerary for a single request. So from the second a user clicks by to the very moment they see that confirmation page, that whole end-to-end journey, that's one trace. Okay, so if the trace is the whole trip itinerary, then a span is like a single leg of that journey. One flight or one train ride. It's a specific timed operation, like calling the authentication service or querying the product database. And each span is packed with vital info, especially how long it took. And here you can see it all in action. A request hits your system, boom, a new trace is born with a unique ID. As it moves over to the user service, that's span A. Then, when the user service has to call the product service, that's span B. Now, both of these spans, A and B, they share the same trace ID, which is how they get linked together into one single story. When the final response goes out, the trace is complete.
Right, now that we get the theory, let's talk about the practical side. You need tools to actually make this happen. For a long time, the 2 biggest open source names in this space have been Jaeger and Zipkin.
So the natural question is, which one should you pick? Let's do a really quick comparison to help you figure that out. This table kind of lays it all out. Jaeger, it's built for massive scale, it's a graduated CNCF project, and it has native integration with Kubernetes, which is a huge plus for most modern setups. Zipkin is a bit simpler, often a great fit for smaller systems. For these reasons, you'll find that most big, modern platforms tend to go with Jaeger. But wait, the story doesn't end there. The entire world of observability is kind of shifting right now, and it's moving way beyond just picking between 1 or 2 tools. And that big shift is all about OpenTelemetry, or OTel for short. The best way to think about OTel is as the universal language for observability. It's one standard way to create and collect all your data, and I don't just mean traces, but your metrics and logs too. This is a total game changer because it frees you from vendor lock-in. You instrument your code one time with OTel, and then you can send that data anywhere, to Jaeger, to Zipkin, to any tool that supports the standard. It's really about future-proofing your entire observability strategy. So you've got your tools, you're ready to get started. But to really master this, you need a playbook. So let's run through some key mistakes you've got to avoid and the best practices you should definitely adopt. Okay, first, what not to do. The number 1 mistake is breaking something called context propagation. That's the magic that passes the trace ID from one service to the next, tying all your spans together. If you break that, you just end up with a bunch of disconnected operations. Another classic mistake is bad sampling. If you trace everything, it's too expensive, but if you trace too little, you'll miss the important errors. And finally, the biggest sin of all, treating tracing like it's optional. It has to be a core part of your architecture from day one.
So what should you be doing? First off, standardize on OpenTelemetry. From there, make sure you instrument the most critical paths in your application, things like user login or the checkout flow. Then sample intelligently. Maybe you capture all the error traces and just a percentage of the successful ones. That gives you a good balance. And here's the real power move. Correlate everything. Make sure your logs include the trace ID. So when you see a spike in a metric, you should be able to click and jump directly to the traces from that exact moment in time. That is what real observability looks like.
This quote really says it all. What we've been talking about, it's not just about finding one slow request. When you truly master distributed tracing, you master debugging at scale. It's a fundamental change in how you understand and operate complex systems. So I'll leave you with this thought. Every request, every failure, every little slowdown, that's your system trying to tell you a story. Distributed tracing is the tool that lets you finally understand that story. Your systems are definitely talking. The real question is, are you listening?